looked exactly like this 35 years ago. Exactly like it. What I remember most is that my dad walked me down to the court. I had coaches like Coach Woods. I had mentors who volunteered their time to help me become great. And ultimately, I left Washington, D.C. to go play college football at the University of Notre Dame. So far, far away from where I grew up, very different from the environment I was used to, but everything I did every day while I was at my version of Harvard Park prepared me to go be great at Notre Dame. I spent 4 years at Notre Dame as a starter on the football team, and then ultimately was drafted. Wait.
There's more. There's more.
Thank you for the clapping on the football part, but I also graduated.
A bigger clap.
Yeah, that's what made my parents really proud. And in 1999, after I was done playing at Notre Dame, I got drafted. And I played football in the National Football League for 4 years. And the one thing I learned while playing for the Steelers, and then the Jets, and then the Bengals, was that God didn't put me on earth to play football. Just like as great as each and every one of you are, you weren't put on this earth to go win the US Open. You weren't put on this earth to go be a champion at Wimbledon. That's something that you can do. That's something that you've seen Serena and Venus do, but that's not why you were put here. You were put here to be great and inspire others. I want you to think about how you can do that through tennis, do that through what you learned in the classroom. You were put here to be great and inspire others. Being a champion on these courts, that's one way you can be great and inspire others. But you weren't put on this earth just to go win Masters championships. So I was done playing football when I was a young man. 25 years old, I retired, had to go figure out how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. And it was at that point that I knew building communities just like the one where I grew up was why I was here. I went back to school, got a master's degree, ultimately decided I wanted to work in finance, not because I wanted to go make a lot of money, because I wanted to be able to provide access to the resources that big banks have to the communities like the one where I grew up. So as Marty said, I was first at 2 large banks, and then earlier this year I decided to leave the last bank I worked at, JP Morgan, which was a great institution, because I wanted to be directly involved with owning properties and changing lives in communities just like this one. Baldwin Village, Hyde Park, Inglewood, Lamert Park, places that all of you know, all of you think of as home. We want to own properties in places like that and make sure that they're safe, they're clean, they're affordable, school-age children have access to resources just like Harvard Park. That's the goal of my company, and that's why I was put on this earth. So I do want to answer any questions you may have. Hopefully you have some, and if not, I'm going to just call on somebody who's looking really shy. It can be a parent, but I would love to hear from one of these young champions.
So he said you guys got somebody who's a community empowerment right here, who's dedicated to serving the community, and you have a special person right here. You can ask him anything. He's very successful. Like, we have access to someone like this, a parent, somebody ask a question that you know your child needs to hear an answer to. Anybody. One of my kids better ask a question.
Mike Kinsey, come on up here, dear. First of all, thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being great.
Thank you.
Mike Kinsey, I want you to share a few words with your peers and the parents out here that you shared with me when I walked up.
Hi everyone, my name is Mike Kinsey. I've been playing since I was 9. I'm in the 10th grade. I go to Annie Mo South LA High School. For the first 2 years of playing, I did not like playing tennis. I absolutely hated it, if I'm being honest. And my dad made me play, and I just was there to be there. But last year, before school started and we had to go to school online, I started playing more competitively. I got better. My attitude got better. I started to play more confidently. I started to play with more gratitude. I started to play with a reason. And as badly as I wanted to quit those first 2 years of playing, I'm really glad that I didn't. Because every ball that I missed, every time I wanted to walk off the court, every time that I lost a game, that was another game that I won. That was another ball that I hit harder than I've hit before. That was another chance that I did not miss because I didn't walk off the court. So I want every child to know, even though you missed the ball, even though you lost the point, know that you can win the point again. You're gonna have more opportunities. You're gonna have many more years to perfect your skill, and that's what you need to worry about. You don't have to worry about the point you just lost because you can win 5 more points after that. So continue to be the great person you are, continue to keep striving to win, and continue to stay positive because it's not over, and don't ever think it will be.
Thank you, my king. So she said it better than I ever could have. And that's what a champion speaks like. That's how a champion lives. The one thing that stood out to me is that she says she plays with gratitude. So think about how many of you got here today because a parent woke up and helped you get to this court. How many of you are holding a racket that was given to you by the Pete Brown Jr. Tennis Program, paid for by a coach, by a parent? Every time you step on the court, you should be thinking, I'm grateful that someone helped provide me with the opportunity to go through what this young champion is doing. Thank you, my king. What's your name, Ted?
I'm Giselle.
Giselle, how old are you?
I turned 16 last week.
16 last week. What grade are you in?
I'm now a junior.
A junior in high school. Giselle, please tell us why you out here and what you've learned.
I'm not here probably because the same thing with gratitude. I'm so thankful for what Mr. Pete Brown has done for me, and he supported me and he's seen my potential even when I didn't see it myself. He's made me see the positive things, and he's basically reinforced what I should remember what is important. And again, with gratitude, I really do thank my dad because my dad, his schedule is all around me, and sometimes I can be a brat, and I really thank you for putting up with me, Dad.
Thank you for being a champion. So these stories are all of our stories. Every single one of you, I bet if I asked you to come up here and talk a little bit about what you've learned, why you're here, you're gonna have somebody to thank. You're gonna have a story about persevering, some loss that you had to overcome, and that's what makes a champion. Please keep going. No matter what, please keep going. This may be the end of your tennis career. Wimbledon may be the end of your tennis career. Remember what I said. No one was put here just to do this. You were put here to be great, and you were put here to inspire others. No matter what you do, please keep going. Thank you very much. One love. Thank you, Coach Willis. Appreciate you.